Okay, good morning students. Today I am going to discuss some important questions of chapter light. Okay. ये क्वेश्चन मैंने ऑलरेडी जो है इसका लिंक जो है मैंने अपने वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में उसका लिंक डाल दिया है। मेरी ब्लॉगिंग साइट में इसके क्वेश्चंस पड़े हुए हैं, राइट। तो आप क्वेश्चन वहाँ से नोट डाउन कर सकते हो, राइट। तो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस विच आई फ्रेम्ड फॉर यू। ओके, फ्यू इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस। ओके, आपका जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, राइट, ये है इफ इंसिडेंट रे मेक्स एन एंगल ऑफ 30 डिग्री विद द प्लेन मिरर देन फाइंड एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन। देखिए, ये आपका लॉज ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन के बेस पे है। अब इन्होंने क्या दिया हुआ है, ये हमारा मिरर है। ओके, ये हमारा क्या है, मिरर है। अब ये बोल रहे हैं इफ इंसिडेंट रे, ये रहा आपका इंसिडेंट रे, मेक्स एन एंगल ऑफ 30 डिग्री विद द प्लेन मिरर, ये है आपका प्लेन मिरर। तो जो इंसिडेंट रे है वो मिरर के साथ एंगल बना रहा है 30 डिग्री, तो वो बोलते हैं फाइंड एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन। तो आपने एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन फाइंड करना है। तो व्हाट यू विल डू, फर्स्ट यू विल ड्रॉ नॉर्मल। यू ड्रॉ नॉर्मल एट द पॉइंट ऑफ इंसिडेंट, राइट। अब आपको पता है कि नॉर्मल मेक्स एन एंगल ऑफ 90 डिग्री विद द मिरर, तो ये पूरा एंगल जो है आपका जो नॉर्मल का एंगल है वो पूरा एंगल होगा 90 का, राइट। तो ये जो पूरा एंगल है ये आपका होगा कितना, 90। अगर ये पूरा 90 है तो 90 माइनस 30, ये कितना आ गया, 60 आ गया। तो वी गॉट एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंट इक्वल टू 60। तो हमारा जो एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन है वो भी कितना हो जाएगा, 60। तो जो आपका आंसर है वो कितना है, 60 डिग्री। तो एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन विल बी 60 डिग्री। ओके, इजी। ओके, आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, योर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज फोकल लेंथ ऑफ प्लेन मिरर, राइट। व्हाट इज फोकल लेंथ ऑफ अ प्लेन मिरर। अब इसका जो आंसर है वो क्या है, इनफाइनाइट। फोकल लेंथ जो प्लेन मिरर का कितना होता है, इनफाइनाइट होता है। क्यों होता है वो भी देखो। मान लो मैंने यहाँ पर एक कर्व्ड मिरर बनाया, देखो ध्यान से सुनना, ये मेरा एक कर्व्ड मिरर है। अब मैं पूछूं कि इसका फोकल लेंथ निकाल लो, तो आप क्या करोगे। नाउ यू नो दैट कर्व्ड मिरर आर अ पार्ट ऑफ अ स्फीयर, दे आर पार्ट ऑफ अ स्फीयर। इफ आई कंप्लीट द स्फीयर, देन व्हाट आई विल गेट सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर, है ना। हियर वी हैव अ पोल, राइट। थोड़ा सा बड़ा बनाता हूँ। देखिए, अगर मेरे पास ऐसा है, राइट। Now I need to find the focal length of this curved mirror. So what I will do? First I will complete the sphere, right? ये स्फीयर पूरा हो गया आपका। इस स्फीयर के सेंटर में क्या होगा, सेंटर ऑफ स्फीयर होगा। Now because we don't have sphere, right? Now we are left to only curve. That's why it's called center of curvature. Here we have a pole. तो between pole and center curvature we have focus. तो अभी डिस्टेंस को, दिस डिस्टेंस इज कॉल्ड फोकल लेंथ, राइट। इसको फोकल लेंथ बोलते हैं। अब अगर मैं इसके कर्वेचर को कम कर दूं, इफ आई डिक्रीज द कर्वेचर ऑफ दिस लेंथ, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, सी। अभी भी देखो पोल मैंने वही लिया है, बस मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं इसके कर्वेचर को मैंने कम कर दिया, है ना। पहले ये ऐसा था, राइट, अब मैंने ऐसे कर दिया, मैंने कर्वेचर कम कर दिया। अब कर्वेचर कम कर दिया तो अब इसका अगर मैं पूरा करूँगा सर्कल या स्फीयर, तो इसका स्फीयर क्या बनेगा, बड़ा बन जाएगा। ओके, यू विल गो ऑन डिक्रीजिंग द कर्वेचर, तो दे विल बी बिकम पार्ट ऑफ बिगर स्फीयर। नाउ द सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर ऑफ दिस बिग वन विल बी एट समवेयर हियर and the focus will be somewhere here. So you can see focal length is increasing. Okay, as you keep on decreasing the curvature, the focal length will keep on increasing, right. Now if I take a plane mirror, देखो मैंने प्लेन मिरर ले लिया। अब क्या है, now you can say the plane mirror is a part of infinite circle, right. This circle will never be completed only. So this plane mirror is a part of a infinite circle. If the circle is infinite, what will be its radius of curvature? Infinite. And if radius of curvature is infinite, what will be focal length? Infinite. I think the concept is clear. Why focal length of plane mirror is infinite. Okay. So these two questions I have already discussed. Let's move to third question. What is the minimum distance between object and its real image for concave mirror? Minimum distance between object and its real image for concave mirror. Now we know there are 6 cases. There are 6 cases for concave mirror, right? Now out of 6 cases, in 5 cases we got a real image. In one case we get a virtual image, right? Now, so they are asking what can be the minimum distance between object and real image. So we have 5 cases of real image, okay? And what is the minimum distance between the object and image? If you remember, this is our concave mirror, right? Pole, focus and center curvature, right? If you keep object at C, we know this case the image will also formed at C of same size, correct? Now you can see both object and image are at same point at center of curvature. So what will be distance? The distance will be what? 0. So very important question, okay, in terms of board also, right? So the minimum distance between object and its real image for concave mirror will be 0. Why 0? I told you, because both are forming at same point center of curvature, the distance will be 0. Okay, clear? Let's move on to question number 4. Now, question number 4, okay, fourth question. Why shiny concave surface is used in torches? Okay, if you see in book it is written why concave mirror is used in torches. We don't use concave mirror, basically we use concave surface, shiny concave surface. I will show you also. Okay, just wait, I will show you. See, so this is a torch, right? Now, if I open it, you can see inside the torch, see, we have a shiny concave surface. Okay, we have a concave surface inside the torch, right? Now, why we have this concave surface in the torch, right? Okay, let's understand why we have shiny concave surface inside a torch, why it is used. Now, see carefully. You know, pole, focus and see. Whenever parallel rays, light rays falls on concave mirror converges those rays at focus, correct? So these rays are converged to the focus, they meet at the focus, right? Now, if I reverse the case, okay, means if I keep the source of light at focus, okay, suppose I keep this torch or some bulb at focus only, okay, so here I will keep one, suppose bulb at focus only, okay, here we have a bulb at focus only. So I kept the bulb at the focus of the concave surface. So what will happen? Now light will start from bulb, right? Now all the light rays which will fall on this concave surface, now the light is going from like here, from focus to mirror. So what will happen? These all these rays after reflection they will become parallel to principal axis, so they will go parallel. So what happens? By this way you are increasing the range of a torch. If there will be no concave surface, what will happen? Without concave surface, right, if you glow the bulb, the light will spread in all directions and energy will die out in short distance only. But if you use concave surface, so what you are doing? You are concentrating all light energy and throwing in one particular direction. So in this way, light is able to travel to large distance. Like say, you also know, if you want to call your friend who is very far away from you, okay, if you shout, it is possible because your sound is spreading in all direction, he may not be able to listen to you. But if you use your hand, hello, what will happen? you are concentrating all your sound energy in one particular direction where your friend is standing. He may be able to listen to you. I think the concept is clear. So, concave surface are used in torches and in headlights of cars also for the same reason, to increase the range of light, understood? So that light can travel to large distance. I think the first 4 question is clear to you, right? I am showing, I cannot, I don't have the smart board, I cannot write questions, right? So it will waste time also. So I told you link is given in my description. So you can go to that link in my blogging site, you can read the questions also, okay? Okay. Next is question number 5. Question number 5. Why convex mirror is used as rear view mirror in vehicles? This is a very famous question, okay? It's given in book, you know the answers also, okay? Because they give wider field of view, right? You have to write 2 points, okay? First you will write it gives a wider field of view, and number 2 it gives a erect image. Now, what do you mean wider field of view? Now see here, okay? Now I have opened from my bike only, okay? This is a convex mirror, you can see it written here, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. I told you why this dialogue is written, I will explain that also. Now this is a plane mirror. So if I keep plane mirror, see carefully, you can see my room, okay, and just see how much area this plane mirror is showing to you. And if I keep the convex mirror, you can see the area increases. See, less area, more area, right? So basically what happens? Convex mirror is able to show you more traffic, okay? Why? Because it decreases the size of the image. So you can see large traffic as compared to plane mirror only. So or you can say it gives a wider field of view, okay? But why it is written that objects in the mirror are closer than they appear? Because while making the image shorter, okay, so what happens? The distance also increases. But in reality, that object which you are seeing in the mirror, they are closer to you. So always take care while taking the turn or overtaking, okay? You should know, you should keep in mind that the vehicle which you are seeing in the mirror, actually they are much more closer than they appear in the mirror. So this question can also be asked in exam. Okay, why in the mirror, rear view mirrors of vehicle that is written, the objects are closer than they appear. I think the concept is clear. Okay, very good. Let's move on to 6th question. Now in 6 questions, actually I have combined 4 questions. I have combined 4 important questions in one question only. Okay, this is our 6th question, you can see. Okay, now what is 6th question? What does m equal to plus 1, m equal to minus 1, m greater than 1 and m less than 1 indicate in case of a plane or curved mirror, whatever it is? So these all questions are related with mirror only. Okay, m is magnification. So I am going to explain one by one. Okay, first let's take what do you mean by m equal to plus 1? First, the formula of magnification is h dash by h, where h dash is height of what? Image, and h is height of object, correct? Right. Now you know, in case of mirror, the distances above principal axis is taken positive, the distance measured below principal axis is taken as negative, correct? So in case of real image, okay, now you also know real image is always inverted. Always remember, real image is always inverted, virtual image is always erect, because they are made above principal axis. Okay, so this point you should keep in mind. Real image is always what? Inverted, that is, it is found below principal axis, and virtual image is always what? erect. So these 2 points you should keep in mind always. Okay. Now h dash by h, height of image, height of object. Okay. First thing, m equal to plus 1. Now plus 1 means both height of object and image are taken as positive only, right? Positive upon positive will come positive only, right? It means they are talking about what? Virtual image. They are talking about virtual image. The first thing is clear. Positive sign shows what? Positive sign shows what? Virtual image, and negative sign shows what? Real image. If m is positive, it means they are talking about a virtual image. If m is negative, they are talking about virtual image. Now, in what case m can be 1? So, from plus it is clear they are talking about what? They are talking about a virtual image, right? Now, image is virtual and 1 shows the height of image is equal to height of object. Okay. Why? Because if I take, see, if I put the value here 2 centimeters, below also I have to put what? 2 centimeter, and both should be in positive only. So, it has to be virtual above the principal axis only, right. So, in which mirror, for which mirror m equal to plus 1 is possible? You are right. The answer is what? Plane mirror. Okay, because plane mirror makes what? Virtual image, and you can see the size of object and image in the mirror are same. Whenever you stand in front of mirror, right, the size of image is same as that of the object. Okay, the size is same, 2 and 2, it is cancelled out and you will get plus 1. I think the concept is clear to you. Very good. Let us move to the second one. In second, we have m equal to minus 1. Now, I told you minus 1 means the object is above principal axis and image is below principal axis. That is why negative sign, plus minus minus, right. Now, 1 means the size is also same. Okay. So, you tell me, okay, in which case the size of object and image is same and image is real also. You are right. Which one? Which case? Concave one. When you keep object at C, image is also formed at C. So, height of object is taken as positive, height of image is taken as negative. So, when you put the value of m, h dash by h, okay, suppose it is 2 centimeter, it is also 2 centimeter. So, plus 2 over, sorry, minus 2 over plus 2, cancel, answer minus 1. So, m equal to minus 1 indicates the image is real and the size of object is same as that of image. Clear? I think the concept is clear. Okay. So, these two parts are very, very important. Okay. So, remember, okay, m equal to plus 1 means the image is virtual and size of object is same as that of object. If they ask for which mirror it is possible, you will say plane mirror. Next, m equal to minus 1 means size of image and size of object is same and negative sign shows image is virtual. Image is virtual. The next question, if they ask for which mirror it is possible, so what you will say? Concave mirror. So, this m equal to minus 1 is possible for what? Concave mirror. Correct? Understood? Now, next, m greater than 1, m less than 1. Now, formula of m is h dash by h. Suppose the height of image is 3 and height of object is 2. You can see you are getting a what? Magnified image. Okay. So, your answer will be 1 point something. So, answer is greater than 1. Answer is greater than 1. So, what you will say? If m is greater than 1, m is greater than 1, so what will happen? The image will be what? Image will be magnified. Image will be magnified. Okay. It is 1.5. Now, if it is reverse, if height of image is 2 and height of object is 3, now you can see object is bigger and image is smaller. So, what you will say? Diminished image. Image is diminished. Clear now? So, m greater than 1 means image is enlarged, magnified. M less than means image is diminished. Okay. M equal to plus 1 means it's a what? virtual image for plane mirror. M equal to -1 means size is same of image and object, and it's a real image, and it's possible for concave mirror. I think all 4 parts are clear to you. Many questions can be framed from one single question. Okay, what does M equal to +1, -1, greater than 1, less than 1 indicates? So I am sure that I am able to clear all your doubts about this particular question. Okay, let's move on to next question. Okay, now we have question number 7. Question number 7. Now question number 7 is, where do we place object in front of concave mirror to use it as a shaving mirror? Okay, means where you will keep. Now I don't have concave mirror, but I will explain with the help of plane mirror only. First thing, normally when we shave at home, when I shave at home, I use plane mirror only. Okay, concave mirrors are not easily available in the market only. So for shave we use plane mirror only, and plane mirror, the size of object and image is same only. Okay, but you can't use convex also. Why you can't use convex? Because convex always give diminished image. So it's difficult to shave when you get a smaller image. So what do you need? You need a larger image of face, so you can see each and every hair on your face and you can shave easily. Okay, so we have one choice. We can use concave mirror as a shaving mirror. Why? In one of the case, okay, which case? In one of the case of concave mirror. And one more thing, very important thing. Mostly concave mirror makes an inverted image. Now if you are watching your face upside down, can you shave it? You can't shave it. So you require bigger image also, right? And you need, okay, the image should be what? Erect also. Seedha. It should be erect also, right? So in one of the case of concave mirror, if you keep object between what? Fold and focus, what happens? You get what? Enlarged image and virtual image, erect also, enlarged also, and erect virtual image also. So if this is the case, so you can use this concave mirror as a shaving mirror. Condition, you have to keep object between fold and focus. That's why you have to stand close to the mirror like this. If you get far away, then you will be okay. Mic went down. So okay, so you have to stand close. You have to stand close to the concave mirror, so that you should come within the focus of the concave mirror, okay, to get a virtual and enlarged image. So this question is very important. Okay, so question was, way to place the object in front of concave mirror to use it as shaving mirror. What do you say? You have to keep object within the focus of the concave mirror, within the focus, or you can write between fold and focus. Okay, you have to keep object between fold and focus to use it as a shaving mirror. I think the question is clear. Very good. Let's move to next question. Question number 8. Now question number 8 is, which lens is used as magnifying glass? Okay, you all know. Okay, now this is our magnifying glass. Okay, see, okay, I use it to magnify the object. Okay, so I can read properly. It magnify the things which are written on the page. So convex lens. Convex lens is used as magnifying glass. So this is only called magnifying glass. Many students don't know only. Okay, so convex lens is only called magnifying glass. Easy. Next question. Which mirror can make? Now in 9th question there are 4 parts. Okay, in 9th question there are 4 parts. So first part is, so 8th over, so 9th, A part. Which mirror can make real as well as virtual image? Think. Which mirror can make real as well as virtual image? Of course, your right answer is concave. There are 6 cases for the concave mirror, out of which 5 are real and 1 is virtual when you keep object between F and P. Just now we have discussed in previous question also, right. Question number 2, B part. Question number 9, B part. Which mirror can make only virtual image? Means they don't form real image, only virtual image. So what happens in this question? Most students write, sir, convex mirror always form virtual image. But many students forget even plane mirror also forms a virtual image. Okay, so what you will write? Both plane and convex. Both plane and convex can make virtual image only, right? Okay. Next, C part, virtual and diminished image. It is virtual also and diminished also. Now, in the B part we already seen the plane and convex makes only virtual image. So, out of these which makes diminished also? Of course, but convex. So, in convex the image is diminished also. In plane the image is of same size, but convex makes diminished image. The answer is convex. D part. D part is virtual and size same as that of object. Of course, one is left, which one? Plane. So, in plane mirror the image formed is virtual also and size is same also. Okay. One more question can be asked, out of real and virtual which can be obtained on screen? Okay. Now, see, I am able to see myself in the plane mirror, right? You are also able to see yourself in the plane mirror. Whatever you do, you cannot make that image which you are seeing in the mirror to fall on the wall, on the screen. Wall means screen. You cannot make this image to appear on the screen, right? So, these kind of images are called virtual image. But in movie theater, when you go to watch movies, whatever images they show on that screen, that is a real image. So, real images are images which can be obtained on screen. Okay. So, one more question I already discussed. Question I have not written, but I will discuss. Okay. Virtual images cannot be obtained on screen. Real images can be obtained on screen. Okay. Let us move on to question number 10. So, 9 is over, is clear. Now, question number 10. So, question number 10 is, question number 10. Why does light ray incident on rectangular glass slab? Now, very important question. Okay. Why does light ray incident on rectangular glass slab? If they are saying, okay, when light ray incident on rectangular glass slab, okay, here is normal. You also know rarer to denser, it bends towards normal, right? Again you make normal, denser to rarer, it bends away from normal, right? So, they are asking, so when light ray incident on the rectangular glass slab, okay, immersed in any medium, this rectangular glass slab is kept in air also, vacuum or water, anywhere, okay, emerges parallel to itself. Why this emergent ray is always parallel to incident ray? Why these two are parallel? You can say these two are parallel to each other. Why they are parallel? So, what you will say? The angle at which the ray is incident, okay, the angle, this angle, the angle at which the ray is incident on the glass slab, at same angle it emerges also. So, I am talking about this angle, the angle which the ray is making with the glass slab. So, the angle at which it falls on the glass slab, at same angle it emerges also. So, these two angles are equal, that is why it emerges parallel. Okay. If in case I will just tilt this part, okay, if they are these two, if they are not parallel, then these rays will also not be parallel only, remember it. Okay. So, why they emerge parallel? Okay, because the angle at which they fall on the glass slab, at same angle it emerges out also, it goes out also. I think the concept is clear. Okay, beta ji. Now, 13th question, sorry, 10 over. Now, 11th question. Now, 11th question is, what does refractive index indicate? What does refractive index? Okay, sometimes it is noted by n also or mu also, So I will take this one only. In 10th class, they have denoted refractive index by n. So what does it indicate? Now you also know. See, I explain. Suppose I have here glass, okay, and here I have water. Clear? Now the ray is incident entering from air to glass. Here air is here. Here also I have air. Okay, ray is entering from air to glass. Now what happens? You also know it bends towards normal. So it bends towards normal, right? Whenever ray enter from ray to glass, it bends towards normal. Now same ray at same angle of incident. Suppose its angle is 30 degree. If same ray will enter from at same angle of incident from air to water, what happens? The bending will be less. The bending will be, here bending is more, here bending is less. Okay. So, and you also know the glass refractive index is more than water. Refractive index of glass is more than water. It means refractive index shows bending of light ray, the extent of bending. So in exam you will write refractive index indicates the extent of bending of light ray when it enters from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Clear? More is the refractive index. See, more is the refractive index, more will be bending. Please remember this. More is the refractive index, more will be the bending, and less will be the speed of light. This also you should know. Less will be speed of light in that particular medium. It means in glass bending is more, means in glass the speed of light will be less. In water bending is less, speed of light will be more. So refractive index indicates, give information about bending also and speed also. So whatever you want to write, you can write. I think now that this concept is clear to you about refractive index. Very good. Now next question, question number 12. Beta, question number 12 is, under what condition in an arrangement of two plane mirror, incident ray and reflected ray will always be parallel to each other? Okay. Question number 12. Under what condition incident and reflection will always be parallel? Means how you will keep the plane mirror so that the incident and reflected should always be parallel to each other. Now see what you will do. One mirror you keep like this, okay, and one mirror you keep perpendicular to first mirror. So this is the first mirror, this is the second mirror. Now see what happens. If the ray falls on this first mirror, make normal. Now angle of incident, angle of reflection. Now I made reflected ray. This is the reflected ray for the first mirror. Now when this ray hits this mirror, here also you make normal, made the angle of incident, make angle of reflection, and you get reflected ray. Now these two rays will always be, this incident ray, reflected ray will be parallel to each other. So in answer what you will write? You have to keep both mirror perpendicular to each other. You have to keep both mirror perpendicular to each other. So in this arrangement, the incident ray will always be parallel to the reflected ray. I think you got the answer. Very important question. Okay. Next now. Should I rub? Again see carefully. Perpendicular. Okay. Next is question number 13. Beta ji. 13th question. What will be angle of incident and angle of reflection for ray falling normally on plane mirror or along principal axis for curved mirror? Now number of students make mistake while answering this question. Now what they asking question? This is a plane mirror. The plane mirror. If the ray is coming normally along the normal. So, in this, for this case, what will be angle of incident, and what most of the students do, they make right 90 degree, because they just see the ray is making angle 90 with the mirror, so they write 90 degree. Now, better answer is wrong. Okay, I will explain. Okay, why angle is 0? See, this is your plane mirror. Okay, now this is normal. Now watch carefully. Suppose this is incident ray. Okay, now this angle is suppose 30 degree. How much? 30 degree. So what will be angle of reflection? It will also be 30 degree. Now if I decrease the angle, if I decrease the angle of incident, now see the angle of incident becomes 15 degree. So what will be angle of reflection? The angle of reflection will also be how much? 15 degree. Okay. Now if I further decrease the angle of incident, okay, 10 degree, the angle of reflection will also be 10. But if the ray is coming along normal, you can see when you go from this, okay, from the mirror towards angle, when you go from plane mirror towards normal, so what you are doing? You are decreasing angle. Please remember, you are decreasing angle. Okay. So if the ray is coming along the normal, for this case I and R will be 0. Please remember. Okay. So for a plane mirror, if the ray is falling normally onto the mirror, for this case angle of incident and angle of reflection will be 0. Please remember. Okay. Okay. Now we have same question. Okay, same question for concave and convex also. Means now this is a concave mirror, principal axis, focus and center of curvature. Now if the ray is falling along the principal axis like this, if the ray is coming along the principal axis, so for this case what will be angle of incident reflection? Again you will write what? It will be 0, because principal axis is also called normal, special normal. One more question I can ask. Name the normal passing through pole of the mirror. So what do you write? You write principal axis. The principal axis is a special normal which passes through pole of the mirror. Okay. For this case, I and R will be 0. Now one more question they can ask. Okay, question is similar but language is different. If the ray is why the ray passing through center of curvature retrace its path? Okay, it's the same case, beta. Like I have made the normal to the plane mirror, same way any line joining the C and mirror, any line joining the C and the mirror is called normal. So this is normal line only. This is a normal. Okay, so ray is coming along the normal. The same case, for this case also I and R will be 0. So the ray is falling along the principal axis, for that also I and R will be 0. If the ray is the ray passing through center of curvature, and why it retrace its path? Because for this also I and R is 0. I think the question is clear. Okay. Next, beta ji. Now today's last question. Now last question is, if half part of lens or mirror will be painted black or covered with black paper. Okay, in exam they may ask painted black, or they may ask also if covered with black paper. Okay, then will it form an image or not? Give reason. Let's see. Now see. Now this is our convex lens. This is optical center F, 2F, F and 2F. Now, if you keep object somewhere beyond 2F, so what happens? Okay, how the image is formed? Image is formed. Okay, the minimum rays which is required to make the image is 2. Okay, we take 2 rays only. Okay, otherwise the image is formed with millions of rays. For the sake of simplicity, we only show 2 rays. That also 2 special rays only. Okay, which you can remember easily, parallel to principal axis, passing through optical center. Okay, otherwise millions of rays are falling on the lens, and from that millions of rays the image is formed. Image is never formed with 2 rays only. Just to explain the concept, in NCERT they have taken 2 rays only. Now, okay, so parallel ray will pass through what? focus, and second ray optical center low. Now you can see the image is formed between F and 2F. Image is formed. Now if I remove this part, suppose if I remove this part, now we don't have this lens only we have only half lens. Will this image will form or not? Of course image will form, because if ray cannot go, okay, by this part, till ray we have millions of rays which can pass from the downward part also, and they will also converge and will pass through same point and make the image. Clear? Same is the case of mirror also. If half part you will, okay, if half part of the mirror is not there, or you just painted black, or you just covered black paper, then also what, many rays are there which is falling on the mirror, and these rays after reflection, what, they will make the image here, they will make the image. Clear? So what you will write? You will write image will form. So but if image is formed, then how it will affect? When you remove the half part of lens or mirror, then how it will affect the image? You will say the intensity of image will be less, means वो उतना bright नहीं होगा, it will not so bright, because when full lens is there, okay, many light rays are involved in making the image, that image will be bright, okay. But when half part of lens is not there only, still lights are reaching, image is formed, but that image will be not as bright as is found by full lens or mirror. Okay, I hope that all these questions, okay, whatever questions I discussed, you understand all questions, okay, and of course the question will be tested from these questions only, but they are very important questions only, okay. So I told you this question you can see from the link only which is given in description, okay, and I will bring one more video in which I will discuss the top 20 numericals. It is not called top 20, you can say even difficulty level is high. So in next video I will discuss and I will solve all those numericals, okay, and I already given description in my blogging site, you can find that numericals also, you can try yourself, okay. If you will not able to solve that, then I will help you to solve that numerical also. Very soon I will come with one more video. Thank you very much. Bye.